Have you ever taken the most diabolical shit of your life to the point where you are sweating?
Let me go ahead and stop you there, alright? Welcome everyone to exposing my former staff member. Staying safe on the internet has become incredibly difficult because of bad actors. And some of these bad actors, I'd say, are predators that take advantage of children. And this has become one of the most rampant problems in the last several years, several decades, I'd say, too. VRChat is no stranger to these bad actors. There are several instances every single day of predatory behavior happening or occurring, and VRChat's moderation does very little to fix this problem. I run the Sileskios channel to help try to fix this problem in the first place so that the victims have a voice to be heard, and when I see these other content creators make these videos calling out predators, they inspire me. So it becomes a problem for me when someone who claims to be so against predators turns around and is a predator themselves. I run a Discord server where people are able to come and report predators safely so that we can deal with them, and people are welcome to share their experiences no matter what kind. As a moderator for my server, you are supposed to stand for justice. You are supposed to stand for the people that need voices. Yet, for some reason, Fox thought it was acceptable to turn around and do the very opposite that we stand for. Erica, aka Icy Hot Fox, someone who was supposed to be a voice for the victims under the reign of Shomoruu Sanctuary, has now gone ahead and become a predator themselves. I try to leave my biases and feelings outside of these cases, so excuse me if I get a little irritated with this one. Still, we're exposing a VRChat predator and one of my former staff members who attempted to date my younger sibling, so you can kind of understand why I might get a little more passionate about disliking this person. Sorry for the flashbang, but I just wanted to quickly explain that the only reason we hired Icy Hot Fox in the first place was because we were desperate for the assistance. We needed more staff members because we were getting way too many reports to even begin to try to handle anything ourselves. We were overwhelmed. Before this, not only had they gone for my younger sibling, but they had also tried to get with my head moderator. Now, what makes this worse, while trying to get with this head moderator, she was already in a relationship. Fox is for the streets, or the garbage at this point. Now, as you can see in this screenshot, Fox considers my wife Stranzina as some sort of therapist and rants to her about her cheating situation with my head moderator and another one of my server members, as she had invited her boyfriend that she cheated on into my server. She also talks about having a playful explicit phase, as we'll call it. YouTube will demonetize me if I say that other word. While going after my younger sibling and going for one of my moderators is absolutely disgusting, and cheating is disgusting, it becomes a whole different can of worms when I found out you were doing things with children yourself before applying for staff at Shomoruu Sanctuary. Can I just say, why join and apply for staff in a server that exposes predators and then turn around and be a predator yourself? You don't expect us to find out? Do you expect to just play us like a fiddle? Because I don't think so. You won't be skirting around anymore yourself. To clarify, all of these events had happened before the Sanctuary, and we had actually removed Fox before even knowing about these things. We had removed her for flirting with other members and just being inappropriate with my younger sibling and our other moderator. So we didn't even know about all of this stuff until after she had already been removed. Now, some may argue that 19 and is acceptable, and that's the hard truth of the world. However, I don't find it acceptable. It's disgusting, and I consider this to be predatory behavior and grooming. She specifically wanted to wait until this victim was 18 years old to push their relationship even further. Icy Hot Fox is brand new to VRChat, and she expressed great interest in exposing one of my previously covered predators named Picky Silly or Pixie. She pushed very heavily for his exposure, and I believe it was ultimately all just a cover-up for her own disgusting actions at the time. It's genuinely uncanny to see Fox talk about Pixie. It's so hypocritical, because when it comes down to talking about predators, Fox is basically just shooting themselves in the foot. Also, Fox talks about predators being clowns. Well, little did you know, Fox, that you were also a part of that circus. Fox, you had received several warnings from me and Stranzina telling you off for your disgusting actions of trying to get with my little brother, trying to date my staff members. It's unprofessional, and you're a degenerate weirdo for doing all of this. And then to turn around even after being fired, and to actually be exposed for being a predator. Congratulations, you've made the top of the list. As you already know, Fox made several irresponsible decisions, but her most disgusting decision was getting with a child who was below the legal age of consent by a year. Fox decided to send this child explicit photos, explicit messages, and even ask for explicit favors and photos. The list goes on and on. But let me go ahead and show you exactly how bad it truly can get. When I you, your hands are going to be handcuffed behind your back. I'm going to have one hand around your neck and the other stroking your... There's also this screenshot of Fox stating that she doesn't need allegations in her life. Well, Fox, you shouldn't have cheated, you shouldn't have groomed a child, and you shouldn't have been a weirdo. I don't make exceptions for former staff members. Nobody will get a free pass. If you're a predator, I will find you. You're disgusting. Up next, another screenshot where Fox talks about being attracted to everyone, which is just genuinely weird. I'm assuming this most definitely doesn't disclude children, given what happened with the victim she spoke to. Also, Fox, you quite literally did cheat on your partner at the time. What are you talking about when you say that this doesn't mean you're going to cheat either? You literally cheated on him. Are you living in denial, or are you... like it's Egypt, or what's the big idea here? I'm confused. Fox talks about being turned on with this victim on 4 separate occasions and just continues to push their high sex drive onto this victim as if it's their responsibility to help Fox with this. Honestly, Fox, there are gooner websites for you to do these deeds on. You don't need to solicit genuine children for help to get yourself off. As I said, Fox, you're disgusting and you've reached rock bottom. Please note that after this message, everything is going to get incredibly freaky, way more freaky than you couldn't even begin to guess. For example, it starts with Fox asking to lick the victim's eyes, and really? Is this a kink for some of you out there, licking people's eyeballs? I don't want whatever disease her tongue has on my eye, let alone anyone else's. I'm going to edge you. You're not allowed to... and I'm going to bite your neck. Also, these messages are just straight up inappropriate to be said to a child. These messages from Fox talking about edging the victim and trying to control the victim's explicit activities, it's just overall manipulative and nasty, and manipulation is one of the forms of grooming. Fox, you aren't a vampire. Another message where Fox states, I'm going to suck you dry, which is absolutely insane to say to someone who's under the legal age of consent. I doubt there's nothing drier than your sex life. So let's not talk about her saying that she loves the underage victim. That's another strike on your permanent record, Fox. Now, in this next message on screen, we can see Fox is asking the victim to use their fingers on them in an inappropriate manner, with this little squished emoji that's supposed to be cute, but it's genuinely not. I kid you not. I think I've seen every sus degenerate on Discord use this emoji recently, and they're all in super sus NSFW, like, femboy servers. I don't even know, dude. What is exactly right? The victim has the right mindset, because what the frick even is this, dude? Another screenshot where we see Fox asking if the underage victim is at all. Why? Why are you asking this to a child? What is the point in asking these things to a child, or even discussing explicit stuff with a child's victim? Genuinely, I wish I could know what goes through these monsters' heads as they do these sort of things.
It's all fun and games until I start touching you in your sleep.
Bro, what? Dude, it's all fun and games until other women in prison are touching you. Like, what the frick are you saying, dude? You're just as bad, if not worse, than some of the other predators that I've covered on this channel. This is disgusting, dude. You are nasty. You know what? I stand on business. Go back to the garbage, please. Ugh. Now, unfortunately, we learned that Fox wasn't just soliciting this victim for favors, but also they were in fact in a relationship with this victim for a significant amount of time. As you can see here, she is calling the victim babe, talking about how she hasn't seen them all day, and it's just like, why? Really, Fox? You get that attached to someone you're preying upon that quickly, that easily? What do you gain from this other than a sixth sense of pleasure? You know what, truly, I want to ask you guys watching this, the viewers, what do you think predators gain by doing these things with children? Why do you think they do it? Let me know in the comments below why you think these sick predators do the things that they do. I want to see it. I want to read them. I'll read them all. I wish I was there so you could put it in me right now. Don't worry, Fox. We'll be putting you in somewhere, alright? How does prison sound for you? It sounds good to me. As you can see, these spoiled messages are indeed the explicit photos sent to the victim that I had shown you earlier. Truly, Fox, before all of this, you had reached rock bottom, but you've managed to go even below rock. You've hit bedrock. There is no coming back from sending explicit photos, requesting explicit photos, and doing explicit things with a child victim. You're done. You're finished. and rightfully so. Fox talks about how many exes she has had in total, and in total she has had 13 exes. That's probably the lowest number in age that she stated as well. I wouldn't be surprised if she's willing to go for someone who's just 1 year younger than the age of consent, and then say crap like, oh, let's wait until you're 18. Like, dude, that is by definition the definition of grooming. Insane to me, dude. Absolutely insane. Now, here's the message that I've shown you several times on screen. This message was really the final nail in the coffin for me, and that's why I've shown it so much, because it shows that Fox is aware that the victim is considered a child in some states, but still has the gall to have done all of these explicit things and explicit activities with this child. I want to ask the viewers again, do you think Fox is guilty from the beginning of it all? Or do you think Fox is genuinely unaware of her actions? Although Fox does know she's in the wrong, she still calls him hubby, still calls the victim hubby, talks about moaning in the victim's ears, and the victim cannot consent as they are not a legal adult, especially online. If you are 1 year below the legal age of consent, you are protected by the online law that states that you must be 18 to consent universally. So calling this child hubby is just genuinely weird. You're weird, Fox. Now, after everything you've seen, we did wind up confronting Fox, and Fox has always been the talkative type to everyone's knowledge. They have always been a social butterfly, but upon confronting her in VR chat for her disgusting activity with a child, she spoke very little and seemed actually just genuinely nervous. I'm disappointed.
You know, you, everyone in this room has every right to be disappointed. All I can do is say I'm sorry, but it's not gonna fix anything.
Do you think, by definition, that you are a predator?
If we were to look at what I did in the past, you know, I guess so, but that's not someone that I want to be.
Then why? Why,
You know,
why did you do it? If you don't want to be that person, why did you do it? Now the Rick
all I
Grimes
can say is
avatar
that
feels
I
appropriate.
had my head up my ass. I will admit it. I had my head up my ass. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Well, I can't say that because everyone saw what the fuck went on. You know, but I think you get what I was trying to say. I had my head up my ass, and I didn't, like, I 100% wanted. And this is not me trying to excuse myself from anything, just to make that clear, because I will take accountability. I admit that it's wrong. Okay? This is not something that will be happening again.
Do you have anything else you want to say, like, on for yourself or for your actions? Like, is there, you accept your responsibility, but like, I don't know, Fox, I'm gonna be honest with you, out of all the people I've confronted, this is by far the weakest confrontation, because it's just me walking all over you. So, she claimed to have disorders, claimed to have a bad upbringing, and attempted to justify her sickening actions as a predator time and time again. By the end of the conversation, she admitted to making mistakes with this victim and with the other staff members. Now, I don't buy this apology, nor do I buy her excuses, but you tell me what do you guys think? Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've been editing for 3 days straight now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. Bye-bye, everybody, and stay safe.